Here we go. Day number 2 of the Warmup Show with the coach, Frenchy directly from the booth. And we have also our collaborator, the co-host, Mr. Enortap. How you doing, sir?
Very well. Thank you, Coach. Great
Glad to see you again.
Season start tonight.
We go through day number 1, so we can maybe do day number 2. We'll see what it looked like, but glad to see you aboard tonight. We have a lot of stuff going on, honestly. We're going to talk about sprinting around the game. This is the beginning of the NHL 2021-2022, and we're going to talk about the roster, injuries, all the news around the league happening from 11 o'clock this morning until 5 o'clock at that moment. Of course, we're going to see the preview of the game, our prediction of the game tonight, and of course, at the end, we're going to give you the fantasy hockey, who you should select tonight for helping your team to win some, maybe some money, or maybe to have a time to watching the both games. So we have a couple of people already in the house. First of all, directly of la belle province de Québec. Welcome back, Mr. Alexis Dubik. Directly from South Florida, the monkey boy is back in the house. Directly from Moncton, New Brunswick, Johnny Golden. Coming down. Directement de la belle province de Sherbrooke, la belle province de Québec, mais dans la région de Sherbrooke, c'est bien mieux de dire en français comme ça, Mr. Nicolas de Gobi Bono. From Everett, the number 1 fans of the Seattle Kraken, Stratic back in the house today. Welcome aboard. By the way, Enortap, you have your best fans right here. So, hi, Coach, and Bob Gainey, Enortap. Welcome, Roger Delaney.
Coach, this time I came prepared.
Sorry again? Oh, here we go. Bob Gainey, well, I was right when I said that, by the way. So you look like Bob Gainey, by the way. So that's great to see you, buddy. That's a great stuff right there. Kraken are going to shock the world. I tried to answer him very better. I don't know if they're going to shock the world. The thing they should do is to fix the COVID-19 over there, because they're missing a lot of players right now with the COVID-19. We are directly from Vegas. So we have the Seattle Kraken. Now we have the Vegas Golden Knight fans and Mr. Adam Berger in the house. And then we have directly from Newfoundland, St. John, Miss Ellen Keefe. Here we go. Alexis said, Coach Enortap has been in a good option to a gem for Montreal if we fired from the Canucks, in your opinion. Alexis, I'm not sure, because honestly, I don't know if you talk about Martin Maiden or you talk about Jim Benning for the Vancouver Canucks. So I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Stratic, good luck to your team tonight, Adam. You said that for Stratic. That's pretty cool. I said that's what I want to see Enortap, Johnny Golden, about Guinea. Where does the name Enortap come from? That's a question for about a monkey to you, Enortap.
Well, it's actually my real nickname, which is Patrons, but spelled backwards. It's a nickname that I've had for many, many years.
So Patron is your last name, turn around to be great. So awesome. Alexia, Jeff Benning right now, the problem you go together with Jeff Benning for your option Canucks, two things happening, Alex. First of all, you have a contract with the Vancouver Canucks. He's not going to go nowhere. But he may be good fired at some point. The problem with this is like Montreal Canadiens always going to select a French Canadian as a general manager. So it's going to be hard to select Jim Benning to become the general manager of that one over there for the Montreal Canadiens. Stratsik said this will just make the Kraken the world even more. Understand why they disagree at that moment because that's going to make their win ever more shocking. Absolutely right. If they win tonight, that would be shocking, to be honest with you. More impressive if they have a win for them. Petron Tequila, he said, Adam. Adam, for you, Enortap. And then finally, from the neighborhood that gave us long ago a brother, bonjour, Franco Iacono in the house tonight. Oh, Alexi, you can tell us why you want Mr. Jim Benning for sure. So, not a problem. You can ask us. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Warmup Show. This is day number 2 of the show. We're going to be here every day at 5 o'clock p.m. Most of the time, of course, sometimes our schedule did not give us a chance to do it. Sometimes I will be alone. Sometimes we will bring other people, collaborator for sure. Of course, we're going to starting the next couple of days a line chat what you're going to be live between me and Enortap. You can ask your questions directly live. We're going to starting this in the next couple of days, and that's what happened. Before we start, we invite you, don't forget please to subscribe and also to click on the likes. We are almost at the 3,000, and of course we would like to have you to click on the likes for sure. And finally, we will be back at 7:30. Double header for the Hockey Nation Live Show. We're going to do the play-by-play both game tonight. First, the Pittsburgh Penguins against the Tampa Bay Lightning. And finally, at 10:15 or 10:30, it will depend when the game starts. It's going to be the Seattle Kraken. First game ever and the NHL versus the Vegas Golden Knights would be really interesting. Most of the team are struggling with injuries, things like that. So let's talk about a little bit about the news, everything like that. And I want some comments in the chat, but also from Enortap. The first one, of course, I think it's not this one. You have to go this one over there. Here we go. 8 years, Mr. Nick Suzuki. I predict 8 years, about 7.5 to 8. They got 7.875 or something like that. $63 million. Enortap, what do you think about that contract? Are you still there, Enortap?
Yeah, there. Okay, we froze, Coach.
All right.
Sorry. Yes, I think it's a great deal. I sort of had anticipated it happening at some point during the regular season, but I'm glad that they got this out of the way. I guess they learned from the Kokaniemi experience, not to let these things linger on too long. I think the AAV is very good. In 6 to 8 years, that'll look like a steal.
Yeah, I agree with you about that one. Honestly, it was you think about to get Nick Suzuki now, deal for the next 9 years, honestly, with this year, the contract started in 2022 and 2023. He's going to get better. I believe he's going to be at 1 point per game, and I think overall it's a great, great agreement for both. Before we move to the next news, you can maybe check in the question from you for Alexis Dubek about Jen Benning. Can you see those questions, by the way, in our tab?
Yes.
All right, sound good.
Kind is good. Trade.
What do you think about Jim Benning, about as a draft and everything like that? What do you think about as a general manager overall?
I think he's been doing a decent job. I mean, to be honest, I don't have a great gauge on his overall portfolio. I think he's been okay. I don't see much of a problem really.
Yeah, overall he did pretty good over there. He struggled as a team last year. He's for me is one of my 3 selections for the get fired, the first one. Jim Benning,
Really?
The expectation, the pressure in Vancouver Canucks is pretty high. He make a lot of chance, 17 chance during the summer. He did a lot, a great trade overall. But I think, we'll be able to see what could happen for the Vancouver Canucks for the next upcoming season.
Well,
welcome back, Mr. Stefan Manberg. Go ahead.
Coach, here's the other thing that's going to be a little bit difficult, and it's the fact that Vancouver is in a weak division again. So I think that their record is going to look a lot better than what the team actually is at this stage in their development. So I don't think that he'll be fired at any point because again, the weakness in that division will make them look like he's doing a great job, right?
Yeah, I agree with you about that, about this. Talking about Vancouver, what do you think about the signature of Alex Chiasson at 750? Play a couple of years with the Edmonton Oilers. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely a no lose situation there. I think that uh, he tends to bring action around him as well, and the player he improves players that are on his line as well. He's always been very steady. So again, for minimum, that's a great contract, I think.
All right. The next one, injury for Nicholas Backstrom. We talk about this a little bit. What do you think about that situation for Backstrom with the Washington Capitals?
Yeah, actually, it came out late last night, I believe, and it would have affected my my ratings of where I put Washington in our selections yesterday. I think they're going to miss him tremendously. He's a he's pro, I mean, besides Ovechkin, he's the backbone there, more so than Kavensky. But I think. It depends how long he's going to be gone for. Has there been any talk about how long he's out?
For at least 2 weeks.
Okay, yeah, he's going to be sorely missed because he's a great playmaker, has great vision. He knows the game very well. He's a great skater, and he has a good touch around the net too. So Washington's in tough.
Absolutely right about that. Again, Stefan, remember if you're around, you was all over the show this morning. Everybody talk about your answer, Sweden, Canada, about Kenny Johnson, Stefan member. So we laugh not about, we did not laugh against you. We laughed with you this morning. It was a great, funny turnaround last night about that answer. The last one, then very quickly, Enortap, then Brand Boy got a contract 1 year at 750.
Again, it's just a 1 year 750, so not bad. I mean, he's definitely slowed down over the years, but he's a big body. I think Pittsburgh is in great need right now of players, given all their injuries and situations. Yeah, again, I don't see any harm in that contract.
Yeah, I agree with you about that one there. Stratic asks, who is the best players been paid as late minimum? Are you talking for the upcoming season? Are you talking last year? Can you tell us, like, when are you talking about? So I'll be sure I would try to give you a good answer about that one. I'm not sure, but honestly, about that one over there. Mistake to trade Verena for Anthony Manta. Yeah, at some point it could be turned around to get that one over there. It's night time for Stefan. Go night, go for what he said. For Alexi said this season, Stratic. So any thinking about best player $750,000 and NHL at that moment, a minimum?
A minimum. I mean, I'd have to see the list of all the players that are at 750. I'm not sure how many there are right now at that stage, but what was Tyler Bozak signed at? I think he
$1
was at
million,
1 million. 1
I
million.
believe. I
Yeah, I
could be
mean,
wrong about that one over there.
again, I think that was a solid signing.
Yeah. I don't know, Stratic, if you have any answer, maybe tell us. Maybe you ask it because you want to give us an answer. If not, for me, right away, I'm talking about Zach Parise, Chara, Joe Thornton. They're all Jason Spezza, maybe the best one of my eyes at that moment at 750. Quick, you know what I mean? Like if I go around the league, I'll maybe find someone else. But if you think about 750 right now, I believe me, it's Jason Spezza in Ottawa.
Yeah, that's a good selection. Yeah.
So that would be the right thing about that. Alexi asked you about which one do you believe between Jim Benning and John Sheka and Martin Mayton as the director general? Which one of them is the best on your eyes?
in my eyes, it's Madden. I think he's been much more diligent in terms of how he's approached the building of the team and
Yeah.
his operations. So that's where I would toss my vote.
Welcome, Mr. Yamo Vertanen, directly from Finland. Trying to join us, Yamo. Yamo said to us at that moment, he said Kusev is back in Russia, so I'm pretty sure Kusev is going to play in KHL. So that's what I expect about that one over there. Adam said, I believe John Mark was a great year contract. Yeah, but he got about $2.3 with Dallas. I don't know this year what he got, but that's why he carried on that money from the Chicago Blackhawks last season. Not a problem. I was just to be sure I give you the best answer. Quick on my mind, Jason Spezza is the name of that one at 25, 30 points per year at 750. And he bring a lot of things on the table. And for me, Benning is all the way. So let's conclude this. Now, yesterday we start to give you this part over there. I'm going to share with you my selection of all the division winner. I know I maybe not Adam. You don't have to read this, Adam Berger. Don't worry about that. But I did the Atlantic: Florida, Toronto, Tampa, Boston, Montreal, Ottawa, Detroit, and Buffalo. And then I went to Islanders, Carolina, Capitals, Rangers, Penguins, Devils, Flyers, Columbus. Then I went to Colorado, Winnipeg, Minnesota, Dallas, St. Louis, Chicago, Nashville, Arizona. Then I went to Oilers, Edmonton Oilers over the Vegas Golden Knights. And then the Canucks, the Kings, the Flames, the Kraken, the Sharks, and the Ducks. Quickly, Enortap, can you tell us a little bit your winner of each division right there, so it'll be easier?
Sure. I'll just review them. In the Metropolitan. Atlantic first. Okay. I had Tampa Bay winning that division, followed by Florida, Toronto, Boston, Montreal, Ottawa, Detroit, and Buffalo.
Okay. What about the Atlantic, the Metropolitan?
New York Islanders, Carolina, New York Rangers, Washington, New Jersey, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Columbus.
The Central,
I had Colorado, Winnipeg, Dallas, Minnesota, Chicago, St. Louis, Nashville, Arizona.
And the last one, the Pacific.
And Adam's going to be happy to hear this. Vegas, Edmonton, Vancouver, Calgary, Seattle, LA, San Jose, and Anaheim.
That's maybe the only one where we have a big difference between the LA and the Kraken, the Flames. The rest is only shifting one team. It makes sense. So that's where we are.
Yeah.
So what I did after that, guys, I select my team. I would delete this, guys, if you don't mind. I select my team for this is my template and who win the Stanley Cup. And then Enortap is going to mention to you. So I select the full series. So the Panthers play the Rangers, the Leafs play the Bulls, the Hurricanes play the Washington, the Boston Bruins bring the Islanders. The Islanders beat Boston, the Carolina beat Washington, Tampa Bay beat Toronto. Toronto did not cross the first round. Then the Florida beat the Rangers. After that, the Panthers against the Bulls. The Panthers beat Tampa Bay. Finally, this is the end of Tampa Bay. The Carolina against Islanders. Islanders beat the Carolina. On the flip side, you can see all the winner right there. Colorado beat the St. Louis. The Jets beat Minnesota. Vancouver lose against Vegas. And then Edmonton beat the Dallas. Then the Edmonton beat Vegas. And then the Winnipeg Jets beat the Colorado. That will be strange because usually I go again. A lot of people will not be agree with me. Then the Panthers play the Islanders. The Jets play the Edmonton. Then I win. The Islanders play the Stanley Final Cup against the Winnipeg Jets. And finally, I decide to go with the 2021-2022, the winner, the New York Islanders. I go again, the most experts said the Colorado, and I go with the New York Islanders. This is my template of that one over there. Over there. Let fantasy hockey begin. Adam, I personally believe each division is up for grab with the injury it covered huge young lemon. Everyone is sleeping on the Oilers, but Coach Frenchy know the score. Adam is laughing. Berlini will score 50 goals. The interesting. He's doing it's an underrated player right now. Berlini have an amazing, great training camp in our tap about that. The Oilers have no depth and goaltending. Absolutely right about that. But expect a trade. It's coming. I don't tell you what. Have the 7th best save percentage last season, making them look strong and making them get in front of them. I agree with you about this, Redsik. I think they don't give enough credit for Edmonton Oilers. With Warren Forgel, with Duncan Keith, with Cody Ceci, Evan Bouchard step up. They getting back Dyson Barry, and also they got also Hyman. I believe that team is changing more, and Pujo Javi is going to have a great year overall. I loved a lot Edmonton Oilers for this year. I love a lot the Winnipeg Jet. And honestly, on the east side, I think the New York Islanders, they're going to surprise. They go all the way for the upcoming year. Very quickly, you don't have to go all the way, but maybe mention to us the conference final in our tap and also the final and the winner of your Stanley Cup.
Okay, I'll just mention the winners. I had Tampa Bay playing Washington, with Tampa Bay winning in the East. The Maple Leafs against the Panthers, and Panthers winning that one. Islanders versus Bruins, with the Islanders winning. And the Hurricane versus the Rangers, with the Rangers winning. In the West, I had Vegas playing Chicago, with Vegas winning. The Oilers playing the Canucks, and the Oilers winning. Avalanche versus the Wild, with the Avalanche winning, and Winnipeg versus Dallas, with the Jets winning. And then in the second round, Lightning against Florida. I think Florida wins this time, and the Islanders play the Rangers, with the Islanders winning, which meant conference final of Islanders versus Panthers in the finals, and the Islanders winning.
Awesome.
I thought that would be a bold prediction, but we went the same direction. I see.
Pretty good again. That's what it looked like about this one. First of all, we want to exit wherever Lie is in the house. Welcome to be a part. Excited to see Cole Caulfield this year. Yes, I think Cole Caulfield brings excitement. Everything is on the eyes. Expect a shot. I don't know. Every time he shot, the shot is hard. It's not like an easy shot. It's always excited to see him. So I agree with you. Welcome aboard Wave Live. Hopefully you're going to click on the light. That'd be great. Have a great night, Adam. I will see you tonight for sure. Coach is right. Yeah, I think so. I think overall it'll be interesting to see this. Prediction can go one way and can fall apart. It's just predict. It's just, like Adam said, the COVID-19 injuries and many other factors change, in our tap the direction at the end of the year. And that's what makes prediction that way, honestly, about that one over there. But we have a special request here from Shayla. Hi, Coach. I just subscribed to your channel. First of all, thank you so much. We appreciate a lot. On the very strong recommendation of my husband. This is getting ugly at that moment. Because if you mention your husband is Roger, I'm not sure that's a great news or bad news. Just kidding. We love Roger. He's a great man. And thank you so much. I believe your name, it was Chantal the last time you played for Roger. I could be wrong. But again, welcome aboard. Thanks to join us, and thanks to subscribe to the show. Roger is an amazing, great man. He's always been there between the football and the hockey. And one thing he has in our top like us, he have a passion about the sport. He loved the game, and that's what it's all count at the end of the day. So thanks to join us, Sheila, and then thanks to tell Roger you joined us. So thanks again about that one over there. So very nice for Strategic said that. Welcome to the channel. That'd be great. And I'll read that one for you. This one. What do you think about this?
It was nice to see Paul Byron and Matthias Norlander on the ice. Oh, absolutely, Johnny. It surprised me about Byron. I thought he'd be out of commission for a while. Norlander, they sort of suspected he'd start skating again, but yeah, great to see him on there.
Yeah, I agree with you about that one there. And we invite you, everybody, guys, please don't forget to put. You can put in the chat who do you believe is going to win with your prediction of the season or whatever prediction you have. Please don't share with us. Usually we're going to go. It's only 2 games tonight, so we have a time to go to prediction. We're not going to predict all year. Those is just happening at the beginning of the year, so that gives us a little bit more time to do this. The next one I want to talk about this is the prediction of the trophy. And I did my list. Just share with each one of you. And Ottawa is going to tell us each trophy. And you can mention also each one of you about what you think could be the winner or the trophy. Let's start with the MVP in Ottawa. I select Connor McDavid. Are you freezing?
Have a fantastic year, especially in that division.
So which one do you have for the trophy heart?
The Hart, it's Connor McDavid.
All right. The Rocket Richard for the most goal and NHL for upcoming season. I know people will say Austin Matthews, but I go with Leon Draisaitl.
Yeah, you know what? He was second on my list. Actually, I had Matthews third only because, sorry, I had Ovi as third.
Ovechkin?
He was third, but I ended up going with Austin Matthews. Although I'm a little bit worried about his wrist.
Yeah, that was the reason I did not go with him over there. So I think I have a great comments about that. I agree with you about the Toronto Maple Leafs. We'll be interesting if they can go through this the second round. Again, that would be funny to watching at the end. Like I said yesterday, the 82 game for them is not important right now. It's only the first round for all the fans in Toronto. And Johnny said to you, I agree with you. He was shocked to see Paul Biron over there. Yes, me too. I'll be honest with you. We'll see how long he would take, but I expect again 2 more months for sure. The Norris Trophy for the best defenseman. Who do you believe is going to get it?
I agreed with you. I went with Makar.
Okay, the Calder.
Calder. I went with Caulfield, but I was sort of bouncing back and forth between him and Zegras, but
Yeah.
Caulfield.
Listen, I go with I believe what it is, but I believe like my heart is going to be with Caulfield. It's just like I don't want to be too much like Montreal, so I just go with my. I believe he's going to win Zegras, but my heart is with Caulfield for sure. So that'd be the one I'm talking. That trophy is not the best goaltender. I go Vasilevsky.
Vasilevsky, 100%. Yeah.
The coach of the year, the Jack Adams. I went with Coach Kenville for the Florida Panthers.
He ended up second in my selections. I ended up selecting Barry Trotz of the Islanders.
All right. Sound good. The Selkie. Barkov win last year. I will predict Barkov's going to win again.
Agreed. I went with Barkov as
well. Jim Gregory for the general manager of the year. I went with Joe Sakic for the Colorado Avalanche.
I went with Barry Zito.
Yeah, and honestly, the Islanders win the Stanley Cup, but they don't go there. They really go on the year. Like when the playoff go, they don't get there. So I'm not sure about that one over there. The president, the standing, I go with Colorado Avalanche.
Yes, I went with. Let me just check to make sure. I had Colorado as well. Yeah.
All right. As strategic, to be honest with you, Cole Caulfield is my choice. I just want to be sure I don't do too much with Montreal Canadiens, but I agree with you about that one. Then the private trust situation, I believe. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, it's a good choice at the end of the day. I was between him, of course, private trust, Cole Kenville, and I was going to go with Dave Tippett, but that's not sure. The conference, the winner of the East, I go with, of course, because that's the 2 winner. You have Islanders with me and Enortap. And finally, the Campbell. Which team do you get on final?
The Wales, I have Islanders, and the Campbell, I have Colorado. Or,
Vegas.
yes, Vegas, sorry.
Vegas. Yeah.
Vegas, yeah.
Winner Stanley Cup, I go with the New York Islanders like you did, right?
Yes, yes.
And who is the Count Smart?
But I went with Barzell as well.
You went with Barzell. That's good to see that.
Yeah.
Great. Nicolas said also Montgonian, your Calder is also Cole Caulfield. Of course, like I said, you're Montreal Canadian fans. You want Cole Caulfield to win it. I understand that, and I hope he can do it. I'm worried, being honest with you.
What's
I'm going to give my prediction for Montreal Canadiens tomorrow, but I was predict Enortap Cole Caulfield at 28 goal. I drop at 22 now.
Yeah, I'm still going to hang on to about 25. I think he might be able to duplicate that even in assists.
Yeah,
I mean, it's because he's on that first line and he's with Suzuki and Toffoli, um, that I think he can get those points. He's going to be on the power play as well. So the opportunity will be there. The TOI will be there. So, yeah, 25 sounds like a good number to start off with.
I agree with you. So now we're going to go to the second half of the program tonight right now, and we're going to talk about the two games we have tonight: Pittsburgh versus the Tampa Bay Lightning, and then of course we're going to check after that the Seattle Kraken again, the Vegas Golden Knights. So we're going to talk about the roster, but first of all, let's talking about the goaltender and what we hear at that moment at 5 o'clock Eastern time. I'll be honest with you guys, 100% we are right about that one over there. Tristan Jarry is going to play again between the pipe versus Andrei Vasilevsky. And finally, Seattle Kraken, Philip Krober, again, Vegas Goldender, Robin Leonard. My question to you, Enortap, who believe you're going to have a great night tonight, or who believe like maybe surprise you, but you expect a good night overall for the four goaltender?
Of the four or just the Pittsburgh
Just the
Tampa
goaltender
game?
right now here. The four goaltender. Any particular goaltender you expect he's going to be great or whatever they win or
Well,
lose, something like that.
yeah, I think Vasilevsky will be in his usual form, probably followed closely by Leonard.
Yeah. Stratsik said interesting fact about the Calder. No player have won back to back. It's for the Calder, so of course it's never going to happen. It's only for the rookie. Johnny said, Coach, I see both tonight game are listed on the website you have shared with us before, so everybody will be able to watch no matter where they are. Yes, about that one over there, we're going to do the play-by-play for both game tonight for sure about that one over there. So here, what we're doing for the during the year, guys, we're going to do a prediction of the each game, everything like that. But before we talk about who's going to win, who is going to the final score, and we invite you to the same thing. We're going to get the score and we're going to keep up all year long the standing between me and Enortap. Who have a better record and who have a better selection. Some, of course, we have the same score sometimes, the same team. It's a light game night with only two games tonight, so we understand that part over there. So we just want to share with you. I think Buffalo should sign Maroon Yamo. He's already with Tampa Bay, Yamo. So I don't know if he after he have a fourth back to back. Yeah, and now I got it. Your point of view. Yeah, he got three right now. One with St. Louis Blues and two with the Tampa Bay Lightning about Pat Maroon. We know the couple of injury. We can talk about this for the Pittsburgh Penguins. What do you think about Crosby, Malkin out at some point, and then also Jake Gonzalez is out for COVID, and also we have Ashton Reeves. He's not on the protocol anymore, but he's not ready to play tonight. So, what do you think about Pittsburgh? On the flip side, Tampa Bay, 0 injuries, all set up properly. The 23 men are all in. Everything like that. So, what do you think about the injuries for Pittsburgh and also for the game tonight?
Yeah, they're devastating, Coach. We talked a little bit about this yesterday. I mean, Pittsburgh is an older team. They already have Malkin and Crosby out, and now you have these a couple of other players now that are affected with COVID. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you heard about an hour and a half ago. I read that even McKinnon will be missing his first game because of COVID protocol, and he might
Yeah,
be even missing
Nathan McKinnon
Saturday.
for the Calgary Avalanche should be out
Yeah,
for the
so
tomorrow and
it
possible
seems to be
Saturday.
spreading. It seems to be spreading all around, and that's going to affect a lot of the games and the predictions that are made. Yeah, I think this is. On the other hand, Tampa's coming in. They're the champs. They're ready to go. They're at home. I really I see a landslide in this game. I'm going to make a reach that Tampa wins this game 6-2.
Okay. Welcome, Mr. Canadian John. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to click on the likes. So, what we did, both of us, we select the bows for tonight. We go all the Tampa Bay Lightning. You guys, you can make your selection on the chat if you want to. You can also predict the score. I know Yamo is going to set 3-2 overtime, but that's another story. And then Enortap set 6-2 for the Tampa Bay Lightning. 6 goals. Really impressive about that. And also, I said to me, I'll be 5-2 for the Tampa Bay Lightning. So, if you are on the bidding, on the odds, on the scorebook tonight, I would suggest you to go over 5.5. That's the bet on the AV Sport. In Canada, it's usually 5. But again, I would say to you, go over for that game. I don't see this game will be 2-1, 3-2. I really believe it's going to be plus 5.5 on that one over there. That's my suggestion. Yamo said a 4-2 Tampa Bay. So that's pretty good. That's what we expect, honestly, for the game tonight. For the Kraken and go tonight, Adam, he left, honestly. He mentioned that we know they have a couple of players like Roy and Olden is going to be out for tonight for precaution 19 also. They also have maybe McNabb. I'm not sure if McNabb is back, but also they lost Patrick Brown to the Flyers claim yesterday on the waiver list. Leonard is back. If we'll see what he look like tonight. Peter Krebs will be a part of the game tonight. They also put the Russian kid, Dizo Deniev, or something like that last name. And then the Charlotte Kraken guys, like Stressing just said, they're all about Protocol 19. I think one of the 5 they're going to play tonight. I did not look the last update until 4:30, unfortunately. But that's the situation with the Kraken. Anybody have other news about that or be interesting? Settle many simpler. Here we go. That's what we expect. Atlanta, welcome back. Atlanta weather in the house. As Strazik said, the Bulls will win 4-2 because they shut things down late and pay their lower line more. 1 Pittsburgh goal in the garbage time. That's what about Mr. Strazik. So, Enortap, what do you think about the game between the Kraken and the Knights?
Well, I'm sure it's an exciting thing for the Seattle with their first regular season game coming under their belt now. But they're going to get, I think, a rude awakening. They're playing in Vegas in a very hostile environment, and they have just too many injuries on top of the fact that their team is going to probably have a difficult time scoring all year long. I think defensively they'll probably be very sound. But I think this is a 4-2 game for Vegas.
All right, so you go with gifts. First of all, Yamo asked you, I'm going to complete with this after that about this. This is your selection right here. And I go to the same thing like you, my friend. And by the way, we want to let you know this, guy. We never ask each other during the day your score. This is pure coincidence, and we go that way over there. So it'll be interesting. This is our final score for tonight, Vegas Golden Knight. But Yamo, ask you this question. First of all, Canadian Giants, it's not the man in front of you. It's not Bob Gainey win, but the monkey boy win the final against Stop Motion, Panda, whatever it is, and young kids. It was a young 2 men in the chat yesterday. Great night, a fun night, Canadian Gen. But the monkey finally, at the last question, win a score of 3-2, I believe. So congratulations, the monkey. That's happening. But Yamo asked a question in our tap. I want you to answer that one over there. After 5 games, what the road trip? If I'm correct, what do you think the record after 5 games?
I'd have to look at who the five teams are, but it's not good news starting on the road for that length of period of time.
Any
I, I'll
any
I'll go I'll go with um, 1 win, 4 losses.
1-4. Yamo, any chance? Stretzik, I know you're a fan of Kraken. 5 game because after I think they start their season in October 29 or something like that. What a record after 5 game? I go me 1-3-1. That'll be my point about that one over there. Tonight, Vegas win, but Stretzik said, and it could happen. If a goaltender can have an amazing, great night, and it's Philip Kruber. I think he's the one can make its friend in our tap tonight. If you have, if Kraken win tonight, that's the kind of game I would not be surprised to do. For me, too many missing players right now, and that lineup to get that chance to win. Who can be wrong, honestly, right? But I agree with him for Stretzik about that one over there.
They do have the potential, coach, that if they get that quick first goal, quieten down the crowd a little bit, and they could play they can close the game down a little bit and not give Vegas that many opportunities. That I could see happening, but it means that they'd have to come out of the gates quick and score a goal or two, which I really don't see happening based on all the injuries they have right now.
Yeah, exactly. I think when you play on the road like this, you want to shut down the people, right? And Vegas, it's a lot of noise over there. If you give them the lead, now the people are jumping more and more, and it get a little bit difficult more. So I think you're absolutely right. It can score the first 10 minutes of the game. I think that helping the Seattle Kraken to put a little bit more quiet in the building. Finish Ismo Leskonen. If you don't know, in our tap, Ismo Leskonen is the dad of Arturi Leskonen. So they have a connection with
Okay.
Yarmo, everything like that. Seattle have to win at least 2 wins of the sign of the 5. He said they need. He said he need
Yeah,
to win two.
it depends. Like I guessed purely, but I don't know who their first 5 games are against besides this one against Vegas. So
I agree
it is
with
possible
Yarmo.
they
So he
could
said
get
good
close to
goalie,
it.
Grubber, I think, but the missing player is tough. That one over there. Another
Yeah,
problem, Strasik.
absolutely.
Hopefully, see you tonight. I would love you to come back during the game. I'm going to Seattle and do the Kraken tonight, Strasik. It'd be great if you can stop by during the game at any moment, talking about the game and between period. That'd be awesome. You have a chance to come back, Strasik, so that'd be great about that one over there. So I think that'd be a good point to do that. I tried to give you the answer, but about that one over there. They play Nashville Thursday. So tonight they play again the Golden Knight Tuesday. Then Thursday they play Nashville um, for the Seattle. So possible that they can make something there, right?
What's the 5th game?
They play again in Nashville. Then after
So
that they play Columbus, Philadelphia, and New
Columbus.
Jersey.
Yeah, so it's possible that they'll get the 2 victories. I could see that happening now because
Montreal is at Seattle, game number 2, the 26th, by the way. At home, they get Vancouver, Montreal, Minnesota, and the Rangers.
yeah, it's going to be tough for Montreal at the beginning. They have a lot of injuries as well that they have to overcome. Um, it'll be tough. It'll be tough start to the season if they
I
can
agree with
stay.
you about that one over there for sure, about
Yeah,
that. So now let's move on to remove everything here. And we're going to finish the show with the fantasy hockey for the people, maybe play game, everything like that. And what we do at the end of the show, guys, we're going to always to give you 3 forward, 2 defensemen, and 1 goaltender. We expect have a great night, everything like that, and maybe balance your salary cap if you play on the DraftKings or the FanDuel. We're going to have more information about this the next couple of days when we're going to get the agreement with DraftKings. We're going to give you how this works, everything like that. And by the way, if you are part of the Hockey Nation Live Show, Fantasy Hockey, please Don't forget to check your lineup. Or if you do any fantasy hockey league, it's time to set up your lineup because they start tonight. So don't miss every day. Check your team, look your injuries, everything like that. That's the way to do this. Alexis said Charlotte go with 4W. It'll be interesting, Alexis. Wow. I don't think so, but everybody is possible about that. Lemario Owen back in the house. The hockey is back. So, goaltender fantasy hockey tonight. Which one you believe it's almost like a guarantee W, and you believe he's going to have a good score for the fantasy hockey? Mr. Enortap.
And also the fact that they're going to, in my opinion, win 6-2. I'm going with Vasilevsky in that.
Vasilevsky, and I go with Vasilevsky also. Both of you go with the same goaltender. Where do I go for fantasy hockey? I forgot, Roger. You have to go for ESPN about that one over there. I think that's the best way to reach this. Mr. Roger, I think I can do this. What is your your defenseman? What is your defenseman in Enortap?
Okay, my two defensemen, Victor Hedman of Tampa Bay. I think he should pocket 2 to 3 assists tonight.
Yep.
And from Vegas, I'm going to go with Pietrangelo. I think he'll score a goal and 1 assist.
So Pietrangelo is your guy, right?
Yeah.
And then you have also
Hedman,
Victor Hedman. I'm going to give you I put the score there. I just want to give the link of Roger. I don't know if you can go there on that link, but that's where you get the link of ESPN about that one over there. I don't know if someone did it, but this is the link of the show of the ESPN of the Hockey Nation Live show, Mr. Roger. That's the way to do that. So you won with Mr. Pietrangelo and Mr. Hedman.
Correct.
Here we go. But I think we are the same language tonight because I'll go with same players, Pietrangelo, and of course it would be something like that. I think a big factor for the Abstar would be Jake Allen. Honestly, I'm worried. What do you think about that?
No, I'm not worried at all. I think Jake Allen's proved, not only in St. Louis, but last year with Montreal, that he can handle the chore.
Yep.
And the extra time. He's got a decent backup now as well, so that fatigue should not play a factor. So overall, I'm not overly worried.
Yep. What about Vince Dunn? Honestly, the reason I didn't put it there, I expect Seattle score only 1 or 2 goals maximum. So that's the reason I didn't put Vince Dunn on my fantasy for tonight, honestly. Now, the 3-4-1 guy is the balance. So if you're looking for higher ticket salary or you're looking for low salary, those may be the underdog players. And I want to know that's what the direction Enortap went tonight. So let us know what your selection for tonight, Enortap.
Okay. Well, the first one's no surprise. I think Nikita Kucherov will come out smoking. I'm going to predict he scores a hat trick and he also gets an assist. So 4 points in my bold view there. And then the other two are I went off the board a little bit. I went with Corey Perry. I think he'll want to make a good impression. His first game as a Tampa Bay Lightning. He should be able to get a goal and an assist for you. And finally, from Vegas, I'm going to go with Peyton Krebs. I think he's good for probably a goal and maybe even an assist as well.
It's funny because when you put Krebs like this, I was thinking about Nolan Patrick. I thought maybe Patrick would be someone. So me, I went to all the big gun for tonight. I went with 3 points for Brendan Point with 1 goal, 2 assists. I'll go with 3 points with Kucherov with 2 goals, 1 assist. Finally, Max Stone is going to have at least 2 points, 1 goal, 1 assist, or maybe 2 goals. That's what my team for tonight. Point Kishara, Stone, Edmund, Pietrangelo, and Vasilevsky. We're going to see that, who's going to have the right for tomorrow. And then every day after for tomorrow, we're going to give you all the result on one specific here with the most point the night before in our tap. I have all those emails ready to rock and roll there. So it'd be great to sharing this with everybody around here. So if you follow your fantasy hockey, you want to know more about point, everything like that, please don't hesitate to ask us, and we can answer to you. And that's what we're going to do for the, during the season, the preview of the game. We focus more. The morning show is more about the reviewing of the game, and then the show at 5 o'clock is more about the preview, the news around the league, the full roster, who is out, who is in, who does not play. Of course, that's the first night tonight. So, but one the team, the more game, everything like that, days after days, is going to feel honestly a better full roster to talk about all the game, everything like that. When you have 5-6 game, it's a little bit longer to talk about each one of them with our prediction, everything like that. That would make us a full 1 hour. So what happened the evening, the night, we do always the play-by-play, or we have a show at 9 o'clock usually. We have a show at 9 o'clock p.m. when we don't do the play-by-play. That's give us an overall what's going on around. Plus, we do videos during the day. So it'll be interesting for the first time. For anything in our time, you can mention a little bit about the season this year. What do you expect overall for the season for the Montreal, not only for Montreal, but the NHL around? Mention a little bit about the season this year. What do you expect overall for the season for the Montreal, not only for Montreal, but the NHL around? Enortap, did you get me? This year. What do you expect overall for the season? Maybe I can shifting here. Is it better for you here?
Sorry, Coach. Can you please repeat that, because it cut out and I didn't hear your question?
Yeah, I just turned off the sound of your computer. Did he left? Maybe he left. So look, guys, this is happening tonight. I don't know you'll be here. We're going to be here at 7 o'clock tonight. We're going to be back at 7:30, honestly. The first game of the 2021-2022 season in NHL. The Pittsburgh Penguins visit the Tampa Bay Lightning. Of course, the Tampa Bay Lightning is going to elevate another banners at the ceiling of the Armelia hockey rink over there in Tampa Bay, of course. And then we're going to go all the way from the East Coast. We're going to travel all the way to the West Coast tonight. And maybe he's back in the house. Let's dive in there. We'll see if he's there. Here we go. And we'll see Atlanta weather. What do you think about the team tonight? What do you game tonight? Expect the Bulls winning. And what I ask you in our tab before we leave, I ask you only this: like, what do you think overall about the season this year? What your expectation, and what do you believe could happen?
Well, I'm excited about the season. As I said, it's just given as we mentioned before, the injuries and where COVID is going. I just don't. I don't know what to expect, because all our predictions, and anybody's predictions for that matter, can go right out the window if you've got a couple of key players that are out for any extended period of time. So, we hope for good health for everybody, and that they get the season going as they wish. We got a couple teams without a rink right now, so that's going to affect them as well. So. There's some teams that are in dire need of players right now as well. So it's going to be all over the map. I wouldn't be surprised to see some teams jumping ahead initially, and some teams that were expecting to do well to start off on the wrong foot because of many reasons.
Absolutely right. I agree with you. I think overall, some factor like COVID-19 could play a big measure about the standing, of course. But I think also one thing maybe you don't mention the Olympics. I think Olympic could play another point or fatigue for player to recovery after they come back. It's not like a plane you go from Atlanta to New York, right? It's a Beijing and China. It's hours after hours. You come back and you give a couple of days. You're back on the track to play hockey here. And I think team like Tampa Bay could be affected by this situation over there because they have a team with many players playing on the Olympics. Could have a little bit problem after that, I believe, at some point. Could be a factor where it could have its friend outcome at the end of my book. So it'll be interesting about that. The Atlanta Weather said the Bulls going to win 5-0. That's congratulations if your team win. John Gregor back in the house. Let's go high five, buddy, for the Boston Bruins. Go Boston. What time are you on tonight? At 7:30, Johnny. We are back, the Hockey Nation Live Show, and we'll be back tonight. Atlanta Weather, who they are play. Pittsburgh. Oh, okay. Very unpredictable season, Johnny, after maybe the last word of the first show of the beginning season NHL is going to be an unpredictable season, and Enortap is absolutely right. I think it can go for one way to another way. We're going to do starting at 7:30 Atlanta, the Tampa Bay versus the Pittsburgh Penguins. That's what we're going to do. So, anything you want to say, Mr. Enortap, before we go?
Yeah, I just want to add as well that I think we're going to see the emergence of a lot of rookies this year. I get that feeling. We saw it in the exhibition games. A lot of people put the right foot forward. Many of them have made the team. Some went down, but I expect they'll probably come back at some point. And given the injuries, the opportunities will be there for them to step up. So I think we're going to see quite a few rookies and prospects really fit in well with the teams, different teams, and more so than past years for sure.
Yeah, and then one thing I'll be said, I was a little bit surprised the NHL did not push the roster to 24, 25, or like 28, right? So now what's happening with more injuries or COVID-19 situation or some stuff like that, right? You're going to call back people. And when you call back people, you have to return on the waiver list. And now you have a more maybe affect player wherever you stock. Like example, Toronto sent back Aaron Brooks, right? So you're going to be interesting sometime. A team will pick, example, Montreal will not take Alex Belzil or a player like Perzetta. They will go with Rand Poland because he's a two-ways player. So when they return, he goes straight down. When you have a veteran American Hockey League, now you have to go on the waiver list. You can maybe possibly you lose him. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm surprised that they didn't have a taxi squad like last year. That would have made a lot more sense. But.
Yeah, at least for the goaltender. Because honestly, they get a goaltender. If a COVID-19, you have to back up the goaltender. And now they have now. I don't see any place they have an urgency or emergency recall backup goaltender where you don't have to go exempt for the waiver. I did not see this yet, but it'd be really, really interesting. So, look, guys, we wish you an amazing, great evening. We wish you a first great game in the NHL starting tonight. 2 games on the program. Enortap, it was great to having you aboard for day number 2 of the. Here we go. We're leaving in stop motion. Panda Studio show up at the end of the show.
Thank you, Coach.
Matter of fact, he did very well on the final of the Frenchy quiz yesterday. Stop. I look forward to see you tonight at 7:30. Thank you so much, Alexi. Appreciate a lot about that. And then Enortap, like I mentioned, day number 2 already under our belt. We did it, and we are looking forward for watching the game tonight. Look forward to see you tonight also. And then I will see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock Eastern Time for another great show of course, the Warmup Show. Have an amazing, great night, everybody. I look forward to see you at 7:30 Eastern Time for another great live stream. Have a great night, Enortap.
Thank you. You too.
Try to get the mic. Here we go.
What
It's
if I
coming.
open my soul?
Thank you, Canadian.
By myself on my own. What if I lose all control?
Not a problem. Stop. We'll go see you tonight.
And take a step out into the unknown. Oh, oh, oh. What do I know? What's going on now? Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I let go? I do really want to know what's going
7:30,
on
yes.
now. Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I say so? We're just putting on a show. Oh, oh, oh. What do I know? I need to open my eyes and get a touch of that reality. Don't want another surprise. I'd rather want you to just let me be. Oh, oh, oh. What do I know? What's going on now? Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I let go? I do really want to know what's going on now. Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I say so? We're just putting on a show.
Merci beaucoup.
Come on, get a grip now of all the ways we parted. You showed in your own way we would stand and we would fall united. Come on, get a grip now. Just finish what you started. Don't like the feeling that I've been fooled, deceived, and so misguided. Oh, oh, oh. What do I know? What's going on now? Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I